Hello, guys. Today I'm going to talk about periods and why it's important for recovery, especially, only if you're a woman or a person who has a period or should be having one. I'm recording this video for like the fifth time. First, I was talking about random stuff, then two times my friend was texting me so much that it kept on making sounds and it was bothering me and bringing me out of the concept. So now it's the fourth try, I think. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so when I first got my ED, I immediately lost my period. Really, with the ED, my period was gone. I only had my ED really like strong ED during 1.5 years. Lucky me. It was only 1.5 years before I realized, girl, stop it. And during those 1.5 years, I didn't have my period. I got kind of a period twice, like just bleeding a little, and then it was gone again. And my mom was very, very worried about it. As soon as she found out, she sent me to the, oh my god, I have to research the word. Sorry, it's a doctor for women. It's actually the same word. Gynecologist. I'm not sure how to pronounce. I'm very, very sorry about that. But yeah, she sent me there, and I talked to this woman, and something very weird happened that I talked about on this channel before. So basically, she asked me what the reason was. And I went to her to find out what the reason was, even though I kind of thought it was because I wasn't eating enough. But I didn't want to tell her. I didn't want to tell anyone about the fact that I wasn't eating enough because I loved the way I was skinny. I didn't want to put weight back on. So I just kind of lied my way out of it. And I told her that I was very stressed in the summer before because I had like my final exams of high school, blah, 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 blah. And maybe like I didn't eat completely properly, but actually now I just got my period back and I was just a little bit exaggerating everything and how stressed I was because I just started a new job as well and blah 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 blah. And she was like, okay, maybe it's also because you're quite skinny. And then I had to step on this scale and she was shook at how heavy I was. And she put it onto her computer. She went like to Google BMI. She put my weight, my height, and she was like, oh my god, your BMI is quite similar to mine. So that cannot be the reason. That was crazy to me. My BMI wasn't very low, to be honest. It was still like in the healthy zone. Because I don't know why. I was very skinny at that point. Not crazy skinny, but very skinny. And in comparison to what I looked like before. She didn't know that, obviously, but still, I still find it very crazy that she compared herself to me, her patient, and then said, okay, no, it cannot be your weight. You're not that skinny. Yeah. So that means even though you might not be underweight based on BMI, it can still be your weight or that you're not eating enough. At least for me, it was the case, 100%. Because, yeah. Then another year went on, and I still didn't get my period back because I was still severely undereating, or at least not eating enough for my body to have proper energy. So then my mom kept being worried about it. She asked me every month, every second month, I don't know, I don't remember. And then at some point she was like, you know what, I have this one doctor. And then we went to this doctor. He's not a very normal doctor, he's very holistic. And then he actually prescribed me estrogen, I think it's called like that, like the female hormone. and I had to rub this hormone cream onto my arm every evening to increase my estrogen levels. And then, meanwhile, I started recovery, like during this whole process, or even before, I started recovery. And the combination of both, I'm not sure if any of those had a like more influence. I think actually my eating was the main point, because I started eating a lot more. But anyway, and I stopped running. So I got my period back after, I think, 2 months or something, of me putting on this cream and me eating a lot. So yeah, that's when I started recovery and I got my period back. But my period was very, very frequent, which is kind of weird. So I'm not sure if it was actually a real period, because my cycle was like 17 days, which means nearly twice a month I had my period. That's crazy. But I have to say, even as a teenager, before my ED, I had it quite often. So I had like a 22-day cycle or something like that. Then I was still not recovered. I got my period back, yes. I was healthier, yes. But mentally, I was still very disordered. And I got stuck in quasi-recovery, because I thought, you know what? Like this big problem of period, I've gotten it back now. I actually look quite normal. Not normal. Actually, yeah, I did look normal. I didn't look super skinny. So I must be recovered. You can guess. No, I wasn't. I was still disordered. I had very strict food rules. I ate very healthy whole food foods. I ate basically every day the same. Every single evening I went on a 1.5 hour walk. It was just a very strict life that I held. Yeah. And at some point I figured that I wasn't actually recovered, and yeah, then the whole big weight gain started, and I discovered the beauty of life, basically. My period, it for the next, I would say, 1.5 years, it kind of stayed at a very short cycle. But when I felt very recovered, my menstrual cycle started to become longer and very, very frequent. Like now, I can really tell between 1-2 days that it is very, very according to what my app tells me. And I feel very good. I can really tell in which phase more or less I am in the cycle and everything. So the difference is huge. What I want to tell you with all of this that I just said is, first of all, losing your menstrual cycle is horrible. It means that your body doesn't have energy to do shit except to make you breathe, you know? It doesn't have energy to do any other stuff if you even lose your period. That means you need to rest and eat a lot of food to get it back and to get your whole life back and your health back. You're not being healthy if you're restricting and if you're stressed and over-exercised. Please realize that. And then if you get your period back, it doesn't mean that you're recovered. This is a huge topic. I don't know why. Like in so many YouTube videos, people either write like, I just got my period back. Am I now recovered? No, you are not. Or YouTubers themselves saying, I finally got my period back. That means I'm recovered. No, you're not. Recovery is so much bigger than just your period. But of course, getting your period back is a great first sign. It means that you're absolutely on the right track. But there is so much more work to do. The recovery is more than just looking more or less healthy and having more or less healthy signs of your body. It means feeling great. And not just feeling okay, it's feeling great. So yeah. Now with my cycle now, actually, it is so regular and so helpful to have a cycle that I even use it as a, is it called contraception method? Because I know when I'm not fertile, it is very helpful. So I'm telling you, if you get to know your body, you can even use it to avoid getting pregnant. For me, it also is very helpful when I know that I have my period. I know I'm gonna have to rest more, or when I know I'm gonna get my PMS, premenstrual syndrome. All of those things, it's just about getting in tune with your own body, learning how it is, when it needs rest, when it needs food, when it needs, being active, whatever. It's just really getting to know it, listening to your body signals, whether it's hunger, mental hunger, whether it's the need for rest, everything. It's just very important that you listen to your body, and of course that you rest and eat. So yeah, it was a little bit of a crazy up and down talk, but I still hope it helped you. It's a very important topic for me. I'm very invested in all around menstrual cycles. I think it's a super important topic that needs to be researched more. And it is, like, a lot of research now is conducted, or not a lot, but quite some research is now conducted on menstrual cycles. I'm very happy on that, and yeah, I just hope you take that kind of as a motivation to either keep going because you still need to get your period back, or to keep going because you got your period back, but you know there is so much more to achieve with recovery. So yeah, wishing you a great rest of the weekend and then a great week.